What's up, you guys? It's Graham here. So first of all, I think it's no surprise that the more income sources you have, the more money you tend to make. And apparently, the average millionaire is a perfect example of this. According to the good old IRS, they found that 65% of millionaires had at least 3 different streams of income, 45% had 4 different streams of income, and 29% had 5 or more streams of income, meaning, yeah, the IRS is always watching, but when they break down how and why people begin to make so much money, it's worth listening to so that you would be able to replicate some of these strategies for yourself through side hustles that you could start today that cost you absolutely nothing out of pocket. Now, I've seen other side hustle videos that talk about going and buying rental property or creating $1 million NFT business in 5th grade with Microsoft Paint, as if it's like, oh yeah, I just didn't think about creating a whale collection. That's a good idea. No, seriously, that kid was a genius though. But no, really, this is meant to be a realistic approach to earning up to $100 a day with a side hustle that you can start with what you already have. So without further ado, here are my top 3 side hustles and income sources that you could begin working on immediately, right after you hustle that like button for the YouTube algorithm by making it turn blue. Just try it out, give it one press, because the video's not going to start until you hit the like button. So for the first one, we're going to be going over the most basic of side hustles, and that would be selling your kidney for beer money. Just kidding, I had to throw it in there to make sure that you're actually paying attention, but instead, the first side hustle is selling what you already own on Facebook, eBay, or Craigslist. Now, I get it, this requires you to actually own something to begin with, but I would venture to say that almost all of us have something in our possession that we don't really use anymore, or it's sitting in a closet collecting dust. And if that's the case, those are the perfect items to begin selling for cash. Places like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and Craigslist make it extremely easy to list whatever you have, place it up for auction, have the buyer cover shipping, and your total time commitment to simply taking pictures of what you want to list, putting it up online, writing a description, and then shipping it out once it's sold. And worst case, even if it doesn't sell, you're out nothing and you still get to keep what you have. Now, the downside though is that it's not a stable income source, and there's a limit to how much you're able to sell before you're living in an apartment that's completely empty with a mattress on the floor. But at the very least, it's a great place to start. You'll get paid for stuff that you already have, you'll clear out a lot of clutter and make room for more activities, and it's something that probably 90% of you are able to do immediately that costs you absolutely nothing. Now, second, we should talk about something that I used to do all the time when I had a term called free time. I don't know what that word means anymore. But back when I had that magical word, I would sign up for focus groups and make anywhere from $5 to $500 for a few minutes to a few hours worth of work in my spare time. Now, for anyone who's not familiar with what this is or how this works, here you go. Companies want your opinion on their upcoming projects or services so that when they go to market, they better understand what the customer wants. So they hire focus groups to get an unbiased opinion on what they have to offer, and then they can make adjustments accordingly. The pay ranges for how long it takes, whether it's online or in person, or how niche of a demographic they need. But most of the time, if you have nothing else going on, you may as well do this and make some extra money. When I was doing this, I signed up for a company called Focus Point Global, which was, I guess, later acquired by the Schlesinger Group, and they would email me a few times a week with different offers that were meant for my age bracket and interests. Not all of them panned out, but I was able to consistently get anywhere from 1 to 3 every single month. I would schedule them during times that I knew I was going to be free, and then I would show up, give my feedback, and then right afterwards, I would get paid. Now, this certainly isn't meant to replace your income or anything. Like, you're not going to see Jeff Bezos signing up for one of these. But if you want to make an extra $100 to $600 a month working a few extra hours, I would highly recommend it. Schlesinger Group could be a good choice, or you could pretty much just Google focus groups in your area, and I'm sure you'd be able to come up with some really good options. The third, let's talk about another side hustle that anyone could do, and that would be flipping items for free online. Now, this is actually something that Gary Vee talked a lot about, and the more I looked into it, the more I realized that wait a second, he's right. There's a lot of great stuff out there that people are giving away for free. For example, go to Craigslist, and under the for sale section, there's something that has my favorite word listed there. Yeah, it's free. Seriously, just look at all the free stuff out there. And if you want a $0 side hustle that you can make a decent amount of money with, this is it right here. Of course, I know people are going to be some negative Nancy's about it. They're going to say, but Graham, all of that stuff is just junk and nobody wants it. What a waste of time. And yes, some of it might not be the best, like this rock or a 5-foot extension cord. But if you keep looking, here's a working refrigerator for free. No joke, someone will pay $100 for this with the proper advertising and not a blurry picture. Go and pick this this up, put it on Facebook Marketplace with better pictures, and then sell it to someone else for a profit. Or here's a working piano that someone else might pay you for. And yeah, there's also a lot of random stuff on here that you're gonna have to sift through, but come on, it's not like people are gonna be giving away Steinway pianos and Restoration Hardware furniture. Most of what you see is gonna be a diamond in the rough, and it's up to you to know what to look for and how to best market and sell it online. Now, as always though, just be careful meeting anybody from the internet because someone on YouTube told you to do something like this. Just put your safety first and profit a close second. But Gary V is right, this could be a great side hustle for anyone looking to put in the work. I'm gonna talk about something that probably a lot of people are not happy to hear me say. But if you're looking for a side hustle, probably the best thing that you could do is get a part-time job. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised how complicated people want to make things out to be, because traditionally, if you want to earn extra money, part-time work is usually the first thing that comes to mind. It doesn't need to be glamorous, it doesn't have to pay you an exorbitant amount, but if you're willing to help out a local business, do some work for somebody else, or work outside normal business hours, see what options are in your area. Check out Craigslist, LinkedIn, Monster.com, or any other job posting websites. You can even ask around as you go about your normal day to see who's hiring. And in the middle of a labor shortage, chances are you have way more leverage than you think you do. I know for a fact that so many companies are looking to hire out additional customer service representatives from home. They're looking for data entry positions or literally anything else that you could do from home, meaning you don't have to leave the house to do this. But regardless, there's no shame in honest work, and if you're looking to earn extra money, this is one of the simplest ways to do it. Even if you work a full-time job, there's still the opportunity to work on weekends, evening hours, or really any other time that you have off. Next, number 5, come on, we can't talk about side hustles without mentioning my favorite one of all time that I still do to this day, and that would be churning credit cards. This is the practice in which you sign up for a new credit card and then you meet the minimum spend to get the sign-up bonus. Generally, these offers range anywhere from $100 to $300 on the low end to as high as $2,000 on the high end for some of the luxury credit cards. But regardless, doing this takes next to no time at all. Long-term, it helps your credit score, and hey, who doesn't love getting some free stuff? Of course, I know what some people might say.
But Graham, you said that all of these were going to cost free, and to get a credit card sign-up bonus, you have to technically spend money.
You know what? You're right. This is going to require that you spend money, but most likely you're spending money anyway. So instead of spending money on your normal credit or debit card, just put the spending on the new credit card instead to get the sign-up bonus. That way, you don't need to do anything extra beyond what you're already doing. So problem solved. Now, if you want a few quick examples here, the Bank of America Cash Rewards card is going to give you $200 cash back when you spend $1,000 in the first 90 days. And honestly, it's a great card to keep long-term with no annual fee. Now, even better than that is the Chase Freedom Flex, which gives you the same $200 cash back, but you only need to spend $500 in the first 3 months to get the bonus, and the reward structure is amazing. Or the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card that just came out. It's brand new, and they will give you $200 when you spend $1,000 in the first 3 months, all with a no annual fee and 0% APR for the first 15 months. And the Amex Blue Cash Rewards card will give you another $200 back when you spend $2,000 in the first 6 months, again with no annual fee. So just right there, that's $800 worth of rewards without spending any additional money with no annual fees, all for about 20 minutes worth of work. If you want to learn more how to do this, just Google the term credit card churning or check out the YouTube channels Ask Sebi and The Credit Shifu, who tend to post the newest credit card offers shortly after they come out. Now, doing this is certainly not a full-time job or anything, but for something that you could do for free on a lunch break, the ROI is absolutely incredible. After that, we got number 6, and that would be monetizing any monetizable skill that you have. That sounds confusing, it's really not. I just made it sound way more complicated than it needs to be, but if you're good at something, or you have any sort of teachable skill, like actually getting first comment on one of my videos, then you could turn that into a profitable side business. For example, if you're a good piano player, look into giving piano lessons, or if you're good at math, consider math tutoring. If you're good at writing, offer to help them out on their website, sales scripts, emails, or anything else that they might need help with. Or if you're good at art, consider making them into NFTs and selling them on OpenSeas, because you can make a lot of money, like this 12-year-old who made $400,000. If you're good at something, anything, chances are someone else is out there who's in need of your services and is willing to pay you for your help. Now, unfortunately, this is really not something I can give you specific instructions on, because it really just depends on what you're good at. But for me, I used to take on consulting work and teach other people how to grow their business as a real estate agent or find certain deals as a real estate investor. I personally don't do these consulting calls too often anymore, but it's a great side business to do, and you can slowly scale money as fast as possible, you're probably better off just working any other job. Because I'll be the first to tell you, it'll take some time to make money. You're gonna be spending a lot of time creating a ton of free videos without getting anything in return, while people tell you how much your content sucks in the very beginning. But if you enjoy making YouTube videos and you have something to share, you can absolutely turn this into a profitable side hustle without spending any money up front. I know I've said this a million times before, but I got my first 30 to 40,000 subscribers just from filming off my iPhone and editing for free on iMovie. That was it. It was totally free. I just shared my experience working as a real estate agent and real estate investor. I worked non-stop, consistently posting videos without missing an upload. And within a few years, it unexpectedly turned into a full-time career. I also know plenty of other creators posting consistently within their niche who earn an extra $500 to $3,000 a month. And that's all from side work that they've been building up for a few years. Just keep in mind, this is not something to do if you want to make money as fast as possible. This should ideally be something that you would want to do for free. But if this is your passion and you stick with it, you can absolutely turn it into a very profitable side hustle without any money out of pocket. Same thing also applies to making TikToks, YouTube Shorts, or Instagram Reels, or really anything that you can stay consistent with. I think there's massive potential out there, and I really believe this is just the very beginning in terms of where we are. Anyway, most likely, if you have a phone with a decent camera and a computer to edit on, that's really all you need. Everything else can be learned as you go along, and as long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters. So there you go, guys. Those are my recommendations for the best realistic side hustles so that you could start with $0 out of pocket to eventually make $100 a day. Now, obviously, it's gonna take your time, but there's no